This is the 11th executive axiom in this particular series. And in this axiom, I've named it Establish an Innovation Pipeline. And I can't tell you how important it is for a variety of reasons that I'll cover here. Why innovation and being proactive in it is so important to your organization. And the first statistic I'm going to give you is less than 10% of service organizations are actively or proactively innovating to new services that they offer to their customers. And why I think it's so important? Well, it has to do with the frame of mind. Uh, you know, when you have people that are working, especially on the front line, customer facing types of employees, there's a need to solicit their ideas. And too many organizations, when I walk into them, they're completely ignored. They aren't asked about, and many of them been there for sometimes a decade or more. And, they've just kind of, well, I just go through and I do my work and then I leave, type of thing. And to me, that's just criminal from a standpoint of you're not getting the most out of that particular individual. And so there has to be a structure set up for not only soliciting ideas, but doing something with them. And not just, oh, well, that's a good idea, and then nothing ever happens, or, it just, it doesn't help. But some of the leadership training that people have, oh, yeah, be a good listener, but don't do anything. So this is about being not just soliciting the ideas, but the ability to do something with them. And it's so easy because employees, once they get the brain dump of the things that they think are wrong with the organization or whatever, it raises their level because now they feel like they are actually being listened to if you have structure in place to do something with the ideas where they can be parked and addressed, at least at some point. Not, it doesn't, if just listening to them, well, we'll take that under advisement, as I've heard that before. So that's kind of step one as far as innovation, but that's not where you're going to get all of your innovation from. But it does help raise the specter of individual employees that they're able to contribute something to the organization. But, beyond that, you need to have proactive innovation. So there are, things that fall in the category of like process improvements and, those types of activities, which I consider innovations, but there also needs to be real proactive innovation in looking at things completely differently. Um, you know, Not only the organizational design, but I'm talking about new products and services that you haven't even considered. There wouldn't be necessarily on the in somebody's head unless you're proactively doing something to be creative and come up with new ideas of things. And this goes for manufacturing also, from a manufacturing standpoint. Coming up with new products and servicing those products, that end-to-end system. And there's always you're always able to do some type of innovation. It's never ending, and there has to be some time dedicated to, it doesn't have to be the entire organization necessarily, but getting a group together and looking at things completely differently. And there's a whole series of activities that you can do that can help facilitate coming up with creativity. And the future is done by these 10% of companies that are proactive in doing these things. and there's just not enough of them. And I think that with the economy slowly but surely starting to deteriorate here, creativity is going to be one of those things that every organization is going to have to tap into just to survive. Um, so, one of the benefits of this is when you've got something in the pipeline, when you've got a list of not only kind of big ideas, if you will, and small improvements, but having those kind of larger than life ideas that are out there um, flowing through the organization really creates this positive frame of mind for people. Oh, we're working on big things, and you've got the customer facing people like in sales and customer service, and maybe technicians that go out and do activities for customers. They've got this positive story, and it really does. You almost have to see it, but it really does lift them up from a standpoint of we're doing something cutting edge, that we're involved in activities. We're just not drudging it out every day and checking lists, uh, you know checking off the list of things to do in order to provide whatever service or product that you may have. And so, um, you know, the innovation pipeline should be, available to everyone. Don't worry about people copying. One of the things that you have, most employees aren't going to deliver secrets to other people anyway. But new products and services does this. It's a lift for the organization, having a list of things that you're working from, or something very kind of futuristic. Even if it doesn't pan out, ultimately, it's just becomes part of the DNA of the organization that, hey, we're after the next big thing for our industry and for our company. So the leap types of innovations, it provides you the future revenue that you need in your organization to be able to survive. And this creativity component of it, like I said, it not only does it raise the level of the people working in that organization, but it also captures the imagination of customers. They really look forward to maybe meeting with your salespeople or calling your organization, and it's just a whole positive aura that it creates in organizations. Now, small and incremental improvements can too, and you're going to get a lot of that from your frontline types of customer facing folks. But these become very important. So this is one of the reasons why I believe, well, these are all the reasons that I believe you need to establish an innovation pipeline. Now, innovation is one of the 5 methods of the 95 method, and I teach this as part of it. It becomes a method for generating these ideas and generating the pipeline that you need in order to move your organization forward. So that's what I wanted to cover in this axiom. And remember, there is always a better way.